Well. Of too, things are looking good. Things are moving exceptional well for Kaizer Chiefs at this moment, especially on the business side of things. Obviously, we will be talking about that. The case of Asanele Velebayi is finally has been decided, but there's still a part. Obviously, we're gonna get to that, and then we look at it, and then also there's something happening with Jessica Motaung. There's something that was said by Dr. Khumalo. There's a lot that has been happening. Certainly most of it has been good news for the club. Even the Kaizer Chiefs reserves are going to be doing something amazing for those coming few weeks. But obviously, before we dive into all of those great news and everything that has been happening or is happening, because I know you guys have been waiting for QP to give you some of the updates, but obviously I'm here now and I will be giving to you this update. And of course, before we dive into all of those details, please do make sure that you like the video, and most importantly, you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will be notified and be able to watch that video. Oh my god, where should I start? I think I'm just going to start with the obvious news buffet, because throughout the video I think I will be delivering good news on today's video. So starting with the one and obvious one is the case of Cape Town City against the players who I can say they're now one of our owns, because they have been signed by Kaizer Chiefs. And obviously despite us, because remember we've spoken about how Epstein, I think it's Epstein, was supposed to give clarity verdict earlier this week, but it took on a bit more. Did not happen Monday, did not happen Tuesday, but it did happen today. And obviously the way report by today, before the afternoon, there will be a verdict. Unfortunately, I think it was a bit late, but then definitely we did get the verdict. But despite the verdict to say no, the case has been won by the players. Cape Town Spurs are still trying to get something out of everything, and I feel like they've already wasted a lot of money, which could have been used for something else. Because now, going back to everything and then sitting down and thinking about it, I'm like, the case just might have won the battle, but to be honest, how did they win it? Like what was happening in a sense for them to be able to get where they got? Because for me, I feel like we've been looking at the whole thing at one side, but definitely there might be more to why Alexi Estadio is not so happy with a club like Kaizer, just because there are certain players who have left the club, but they're not being targeted as much as the players who have went to Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know if you understand in things I'm going. There are players Kona William Ben who went to Amazulu. There are other certain players and things they've went to Super Sport, they've went to where, but those players are not being targeted as much. But the players who are being targeted, or were targeted a lot, were the players that went to Kaizer Chiefs, which in this case is Ulok Batman and also Asanele Velebayi. Now, despite that, obviously Cape Town Spurs are supposed to release a clearance. Now, if they are no longer a professional team and they still need to release a clearance, something is fishy. For me, something is fishy. But obviously now they need to be available for selection. But I'm hearing this from Alex Estadio. This is what he's saying. He says, our immediate focus is to meet with our legal team to dissect this award. We need clear direction on two fronts. Firstly, the immediate operational impact on our squad as we campaign in the APC Motibe League, and secondly, most crucially, on any compensation that may be due to the club for the significant investment we have made in these players' careers. The viability of our academy and indeed the future strategic direction of Cape Town Spurs hinges on the answers to those questions. So this is what Alexi Estadio is saying, the CEO of Cape Town Spurs. Definitely shows you they still not have given up the fight. They still want something. Now, I've even heard, some of you in the comments refer to you guys Yeah, you guys are cruel. But anyways, it's understandable because a lot of us, we have been looking at the situation at one side, but we forget to think, oh, okay, but now they've done something with the players, so surely at least compensation would be something. But Nabo, they did escalate the matter to the point where even the club might say, no, we no longer want to compensate you because you guys have put us through this and this and that. And if they won the case, then it would have meant with it, the contract that have been signed by those boys coming to Kaizer Chiefs were now going to be void, which were going to be invalid. So you guys are saying, hey, Kaizer Chiefs must give them 3,000, 1.5 for each player, 2 balls, and Morris. No, it's understandable. I understand why you guys are saying, such. Chiefs can compensate them with Morris. Definitely, Chiefs started paying those 2 players monthly salaries. Captain Spurs, they won't get any compensation. My question is, how did they pay some Gunners for Tulani Serrero and Tyson Hlachwayo? Good question. But anyways, we are not there. Anyways, well, it's fine. I think we have to move on now. Moving on, obviously, as I've said, there's certain things that we are going to talk about now. Kaizer Chiefs have just announced that Jessica Motaung is now going to be part of the FIFA Men's Football Stakeholders Committee. Now, I'm sorry, guys, I have to read just to make sure I call it correctly. So she will be commencing this for 4 years, until I think 2029 from now. And then obviously it was made official during Monday, which was on the 6th of October. I don't know why we are getting this now in terms of everything else, but definitely it is something that is happening. So yeah, it's good news for her because definitely Joe Manshido, the business side of things, Kaizer Chiefs is doing very well. Obviously, in the field of play, there are certain problems that we are still facing, but corner, they're not too big, not something I could say, maybe we should be a lot more concerned, because now with the players like Asanele Velebayi, and also we look at the player like Mfundo Vilakazi, and we look at the player like Kaizer, I think for me that would be my preferred starting front three, because at the end of the day, I know what Mfundo can offer to the team, I know what Velebayi can offer to the team. Now we have to be honest, Velebayi is not a goal scoring machine, but yes, definitely he is a player who can be able to dissect and take on players, which is something that is important from a young player like him, because he's quick, and I think he will play very well, combine very well, depending on the striker, because there's certain things a lot of people do not understand, especially when you look at our players, the forwards players, you look at the system that we are using, you look at Mfundo Vilakazi, you see Mfundo Vilakazi is having great time, great quality time in the under 20s Lego FIFA, and even today they are playing again, I think around 9. So you might say, why Mfana, he's performing that side, but at Kaizer Chiefs is not performing. It's not the fact that he's not performing, it's the fact that the players that he's performing with, maybe they do not understand him, and with those young ones, he knows what, okay, if I'm going to play through pass like this, he's playing modern football in front of Vilakazi. We have to be honest, and a lot of our players, they're still stuck on the old system, which is something that has been a problem. This is the reason why Nabi wanted to sign Fiston Mayele. I think it makes sense. This is the reason why Nabi wanted Fiston Mayele, because at the end of the day, that guy understands modern football. And you look at the whole system of Kaizer Chiefs, which has been introduced, it's new, it's something new, it's a new style of play. We are no longer playing helicopter football. We have to be honest about that. We are no longer playing helicopter football, but we are trying by all means to keep the ball calm and collected as much as we possibly can. So you look at the system, you look at Mfundo Vilakazi, he's playing that system, and you can see definitely what this comes from, where he's coming from, which is, I can say, the coaching, the improvement of the team, where he's coming from, which at this case is coming from Naturena, and definitely shows you Utumfana, he has football brains. But the problem is with Kaizer Chiefs, whenever he wants to play the way Adlalanga Kona go FIFA currently, he's being limited because of the players, you understand. So I think it's something that we need to realize, and now I think he's going to play very well with the likes of Kaizer Mayo. And also because now he has not yet played with Kaizer Mayo, it's been, off the bench and everything, because he does have those beautiful passes. That's why he's even won man of the match, because not just that, he's in the most influential player lapha ku FIFA, because definitely he's creating those big moments, those big chances, which is something I feel like whenever he's trying to do at Kaizer Chiefs, we don't see it, because our players, they miss those chances, you understand. So I truly believe, Bafetu, that with the likes of Velebayi and also Umfundo alongside Kaizer Mayo, I'm not too sure with Silva what he will be able to adapt to that quick system that they use, but I do believe with that, even if you can play Do or play Sereno, things are going to combine very well, because those three players, I think there's something great that is going to come out from them. But anyways, moving on, Bafetu, because I think I'm wasting a lot of time, and then we go to where was I? Kaizer Chiefs, the reserve side. Definitely they are going to do something, which is something that we were not expecting. So on the 28th of November, which is next month, November, yes, which is next month, they will be taking on Manchester United, and then on the 2nd of December, they will be playing against Leeds United. So I will try my best to be here, and we talk about the games and everything, and then we look at the players. We try to do a watch along. So 6th December, QPR. I don't know which team is this one, but it's also part of their UK tour. So since they won last season the title, now they get those packs. So definitely you might say maybe Manchester United, since they are doing not very well at the senior level, but you can see their reserves are here doing what our reserves are doing. So definitely it tells you what there's something that is brewing and cooking in terms of this. So obviously we are hoping to see the best from Kaizer Chiefs, depending on whether which players are we going to use. But with the time as it goes on. And then last but not least, before I close the video, please don't forget to like. I would like to look at what Dr. Khumalo said in terms of Mduduzi Shabalala. Let's just take a look at this. Well, I'm so sorry guys about that. It looks like the short clip that I had got lost somehow, but definitely if you could go back and look at the SABC sports show, Spotted 10, I believe, what doctor said, I love Dr. Khumalo Velebayi, don't get me wrong, but what he said, in terms of Mduduzi Shabalala, it did not show confidence in terms of what to say. Definitely this guy can do or deliver the job. He just kept on talking about Aurelien Fokeng, which obviously I think it's fine, guys. It's how he views the player. But to be honest, as a legend coming from Naturena, I believe he could have motivated the player a bit more, just to give him that confidence booster to say, no, definitely they believe in me and it's something that I can do. But anyways, it's fine, guys. I think this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, guys. I love you so much. Please, I hope to see you with something new. Peace.